Hi there, welcome to Good Sith Keeping. Before Christmas, I purchased 2 of the Haunted Mansion dioramas, one with the Seance and one with the Bride in the Attic. For this video, I will be talking about and assembling the Seance Circle, which is a Madame Leota themed diorama. The box has Haunted Mansion themed details on the sides and minimal information on the description of the kit. It does not appear that there will be a lot of assembly required. Maybe it's just the individual pieces that you sort of have to place. So let's unbox it together and find out. My husband and I love all things Haunted Mansion, and of course, with my love of building miniatures, I really just couldn't pass up this opportunity. I wish I hadn't torn that box right there. If this were going to be a collector's item, I mean, really, by unboxing it and taking everything apart, I've kind of devalued any future potential for that. Here are the instructions. There's no words even. It's really as simple as it looks as far as I can tell. You just put the box pieces together and then place the individual mini items. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer here because it looks simple and I'm hoping to get this done in maybe, I don't know, under 10 minutes, but let's find out. It seems a little silly that everything is individually packaged in plastic like this. It's a lot of wasted plastic that I had to throw away, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I suppose with all the little pieces, it's probably the best way to keep track of everything. These long pieces here are the tracks that the boards slide into so that you can prop it up and assemble it. You can see on the back of each piece there's a really cute, almost like a wallpaper of different Haunted Mansion characters, and I found that to be a really nice little detail. And now let's just watch me struggle with this assembly. I thought that I wouldn't necessarily need the instructions because they were so simple, but clearly I had some struggles here. These 5 little tray track pieces, there's actually 2 of a long size, 2 of a medium size, and 1 short size. And so they don't really fit together properly if you don't follow the directions. So I am going to speed up the video a little bit and you can watch me struggle with all of that. And while I'm messing around with that, I will go ahead and just let you know that right before I filmed this, I checked online to see if this item was still available on the Disney store, and it was not. So I kind of did a little bit of searching. It looks like you can find it on eBay. A few other stores maybe had some in stock, but otherwise you wouldn't be able to buy this from the Disney store directly. So I'm hoping that if you're watching this video, maybe you just have an interest in Haunted Mansion items, maybe you found one on eBay, maybe you received one for Christmas, and maybe this will help you out just a little. Now back to this assembly. This part here is just so frustrating. These trays that the little slots that these boards fit into, some of them are loose, some of them are tighter than others, so you can see that that's also part of the struggle. And the ones that are loose kept slipping off as I was trying to connect everything. And in general, this was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So with the box assembly complete, now we can open all the little pieces and look at all the details. This first one is a book on a book table, and the page that it's open to be seems to be a spell for summoning a bound spirit. And for posterity, it took a little over 8 minutes to get to this point. Next up, we have the chair. This has ornate detailing along the top, along with a cute little crow, and this is all plastic. The seat part is not fabric, and even though it looks like it would be, which is the same for this table. The tablecloth is all plastic, and it has pre-printed little tarot cards on the end, which you'll see better later on in the video. I'm sorry for the bad angle here. I didn't realize that I was off camera for part of this. This little end table, I believe, just goes in the corner, and I think that's where you put the little candle on the side table. I'm probably going to assemble it as close to the image on the box as possible, and it looked like that candle was on the table when I looked at the box. So this piece is a little weird. You can see that Madame Leota inside the crystal ball actually came with the string, and I thought that the string was part of the support system for the actual diorama box, but you can see that Madame Leota has a little eyelet on top of the ball there, so that was a little weird to me. I'm planning to disassemble this after I'm done, so I'm not gluing down or taping down any of these pieces, but if you wanted this to be a permanent display in your home, you might consider maybe some sticky putty or some double-sided tape to put all these pieces in permanently, or a little bit more permanently, because right now they're very loose in here. When I do my other miniatures that I keep for display, I definitely glue everything down. Moving things like this can be a real beast if they are not held into place. So these are essentially the furniture type items, and now let's go ahead and open the smaller details. I already talked about the little candle, and this here whoops, it looks like it's a base for Madame Leota, and some more candles, 2 of those little candles, and then those supports for the string, and the little candelabra for the side table. Because this didn't really come with specific instructions, I had to assume that the reason you have these 2 plastic pieces and the string is shown between them, I think it's just to hold the tension between these 2 sideboards and keep them from maybe flopping outward. I don't know, I've never had anything assembled this way, and it's kind of a weird way to show it. It distracts a little, I think, from the overall appearance. Placing the rest of the details in the diorama is very easy. I mean, it makes my hands feel giant when I'm handling these tiny little pieces. But you can see that everything fits as well as you could expect. And again, if you wanted things to be in place forever, I would definitely recommend taping them down some way. And finally, we have Madame Leota. She sits right on the pedestal, and that should be the end of it. It took me a little over 12 minutes, and again, putting those boards together was the hardest part, but I wanted to try something else. I was convinced that the little hole on top of Madame Leota's ball was so that you could string it to these little plastic brackets on the side and have her sort of floating above the crystal ball pedestal. And so in order to do that, I needed to take the brackets back off, run the string through those little holes, and then try to line everything up. Is there anything more fun than watching somebody try to get a piece of thread through a small hole? I didn't think so. So let's go ahead and speed that up and move this along. Please stay to the end of the video where I will be giving this product my personal rating and kind of going over different qualities that I feel a miniature kit like this should have. Once I decided to stop making this harder on myself than it needed to be, I took off the plastic brackets and strung them up off camera. Oh, and remember all those times I told you it was a good idea to properly affix all the small items in place? Well, here's why. No! I mean, obviously it was super easy to fix and kind of a silly thing, but it's a good point that it's really easy to sort of crush all of these items off their tables if you aren't in a stable environment. I truly had no idea how terrible I was at stringing things through holes and then keeping them in place. This is really pretty embarrassing. But I wasn't willing to give up on my floating Madame Leota idea. So perseverance prevailed, and I kept working on it, and I had to sort of line her up a little bit, change the tension of the string a little bit, and get everything placed so that it looked like she was floating right above her little pedestal. I'll show pictures from the front so that you can sort of see the effect. I wish that there was like maybe a lighted element or something, because in the Haunted Mansion, of course, it's very dark, and then Madame Leota would be lit with this sort of blue light, and I think that that would be so cool. So I might revisit this at a later date and try to upscale it a little bit. But without any other further personalizations, this is the final result. You can see I have Madame Leota sort of hovering over her pedestal, and all of the details work so nicely together. So now let's discuss my personal rating. On assembly, you know that I had quite a few struggles with the initial assembly, so I wouldn't give it a 5, but overall it is pretty simple to assemble. For quality, I really felt like the pieces were just cheap plastic, so I gave it a 3. And I think quality sort of tied into details a little bit, which I gave the details another 3, because I felt like that could have been more, just more. And I know this seems a little harsh, so the question is, did I have fun? Absolutely. This was definitely a 4 for me on fun, if only mostly because it's a Haunted Mansion themed thing. So that averages out to a 3.5, which feels about right. I think the age rating on the box of 8 plus is perfectly appropriate. It was a little too simple for somebody like me who likes long involved miniatures, but I think it would be a great gift or something for a child to work on. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you will like and subscribe, because next week I will post part 2 where I put together the diorama for the Bride in the Attic. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.